All right, I want to welcome everybody to our Isagenix presentation. My name is Chuck Williams, and I'll be hosting tonight's Zoom meeting. I want to read these disclaimers real quick. It's very important for compliance sake that if you're doing a presentation at a live meeting setting or online or recording, be sure you go through these disclaimers. Keep this company and this opportunity compliant. We want this to be here for our children and our grandchildren. It's a very important part of our presentation. The statements in this presentation have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. Isagenix products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Results not typical. Weight loss, muscle gain, lifestyle, and other results depicted in this presentation reflect exceptional experiences of Isagenix customers and should not be construed as typical or average. Results vary with individual effort, body composition, eating patterns, time, and other factors such as genetic or psychological makeup. In a study performed in 2012 by University of Illinois Chicago, subjects lost an average of 9 pounds after 30 days of Isagenix system. The subject also had a greater level of adherence and had more consistent weight loss from week to week compared to subjects on a traditional diet. The ability to earn income from the Isagenix team compensation plan depends on many factors, including an individual associate's business, social, and sales skills, personal ambition, activity, availability of time and financial resources, and access to a large network of family, friends, and business contacts. Isagenix cannot and does not guarantee any level of earnings. Even associates who dedicate a significant amount of time and effort and personal funds may not achieve a meaningful level of success. For average earnings, please refer to the Isagenix earnings disclosure statement at isagenixearnings.com. That, ladies and gentlemen, is an important part of our presentation. Now, the question I like to ask people is a simple question. If you had to choose between better health or an unstoppable income, which one would you choose? It creates a great conversation, and whichever one they choose, it's a great lead-in to a solution provided by Isagenix. Our vision is clear, and it is to impact world health and free people from physical and financial pain, and in the process, create the largest health and wellness company in the world. I heard Eric Cooper at a live roadshow event in the UK about a month ago, and he added to this vision of his parents and John Anderson, and he said, in addition to being the largest, I want to be known throughout the world as the most integrous and trustworthy also. This is the right company, ladies and gentlemen. Do your homework. We've reached number 22 on the Direct Selling News Global 100 list, and we've done that in 15 short years. Look at the top 20 companies on that list. They all average 40, 45 years in business. We're 22 in 15 years, and our goal is to go right to the top. We've raised more than $5.6 million for Make-A-Wish in 13 countries, and our cumulative sales through 15 years is $5 billion. I know the slide says 4.5, but it is over 5 billion cumulative sales, and this year we project to top 1 billion in a single year, 2017. This is a brand new slide. You're only the second group to see it. We also showed it on our UK presentation earlier today, but we've added the UK to the list of countries where Isagenix is officially up and doing business. Amazing, 13 countries, and the whole world is open to us in the future. Asia, the rest of Europe, South America. We're only in what, Colombia? Are you kidding me? The whole world is open. We've done 5 billion in sales, mostly in the United States, Canada, and Australia. What an opportunity. Get to know the story of these people on this page right here. These are our founders and the son of the founders, Eric Cooper. An amazing story. John Anderson on the left is basically the developer of the Isagenix key products. Jim and Kathy Cooper on the right are the two that are leading the way at the corporate level. We are so blessed to have these people as the founders of our company. And then their son, Eric Cooper, there in the middle. Eric is the heir apparent to take over this company someday, and I don't think we could be in better hands. I know when Michael Wiedder visited the corporate office in Arizona, one of the things that really impressed him was that this company is positioned not for the short term, although they're doing quite well in the short term, but we are positioned for the long term. It's a generational company. It's one that's going to be here for a long, long time, a legacy company. I now want to turn the call over to Rod Doctor, and Rod's going to show you a short 12-minute video. And in this video, you literally can get this video in front of people and let it do the work for you. So Rod, I'm going to stop sharing my screen and turn over to you, sir. Take it away.
Thanks, Chuck.
Hey everyone, my name is Eric Coover, and I'm so grateful to have the opportunity to share a little bit with you today about this remarkable company called Isagenix. Now, first I'd just like to ask a couple questions. How many of you would like to be extremely healthy and energetic every single day for the rest of your life? Beautiful. And now, how many of you would actually like to wake up every single morning, walk to your bathroom mirror, look at yourself, and go, dang, I look good. I know you would. So real quick, I just want you to imagine that there was a complete system that would allow you to shed unwanted pounds and inches, let you sleep peacefully through the night, skyrocket your energy levels, help you put on pounds of lean muscle, and even help you create real wealth for yourself. How many of you could just get a little bit excited about a nutritional system like that?
Yeah, yes, definitely. Absolutely.
Beautiful. Well, that system is called Isagenix, and we have solutions to transform lives. We have solutions for weight loss, energy and performance, healthy aging, and wealth creation. Now, I'm sure you can all find yourself fitting into at least one or more of those categories. Is that right?
Definitely.
First, let's just begin to talk about our health. How many of you would agree that we have an extreme health crisis going on right now? Yeah. What are some of the things that you're seeing in everyday society that are going on?
Obesity.
Obesity, big one. What else?
Heart disease.
Heart disease. Stress, absolutely. We continue to pour billions and billions of dollars into our healthcare industry, but we continue to get more and more sick as a society. There are fast food chains appearing on literally every single street corner. If anyone in the room spends time in airports, then you know that you can smell all the grease and fatty foods that we're all exposed to. And now, how about our environment? Can we all agree that our environment is extremely toxic?
Yes.
Absolutely. We're finding loads of chemicals in our water supply. Does anybody know what the largest organ in your body is?
Skin.
Your skin, that's right, your skin. So when you take that nice, hot, steamy shower every single morning, all those chemicals and toxins are just being absorbed into the largest organ in your body. Now, probably the most toxic is our food supply. They're spraying pesticides, herbicides, larvicides, fungicides, and insecticides all over our food. Side, 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 side. Does anybody know what side means in Latin? Death. They are spraying death on our food. Now, death kills all the bacteria on the food, but it also kills all the microorganisms in the topsoil that really transport the nutrition and minerals into the plant. So basically, our food today is minerally deficient and nutritionally bankrupt. So we're lacking what we need from our food supply, obviously, but we're also lacking what we need in our bank accounts. How many of you would agree there's a financial crisis going on right now?
Yes.
What else are you seeing financially? Foreclosures, absolutely. Bankruptcy, student loans. I mean, talk about financial stress, big problem. So this is where Isagenix can help. Now, we're not a drug company, so we can't claim that we diagnose, cure, or prevent any disease at all. But we do know when you feed the body what it needs, the body then becomes a miracle. So we have easy to follow systems that will actually save you money on your grocery bill. All you're doing is reallocating the money that you spend monthly on groceries and putting it towards your health. Is that good? So Isagenix is truly just a lifestyle. It's just like going to the gym. If you were to go to the gym for 30 days in a row, you're gonna get a lot more fit. But it doesn't mean you're gonna be fit for life. The same holds true for Isagenix. If you go on the Isagenix product for 30 days in a row, you're gonna feel a lot healthier. But if you continue to go on the Isagenix products, your life is gonna be transformed. So let's just take a look at some individuals who are taking advantage of the Isagenix health solutions.
I was introduced to Isagenix by a good friend of mine. Within a matter of days, my energy went through the roof. I went on to lose 21 pounds and I felt fantastic.
I have a hectic lifestyle. I'm busy. I don't have time to eat properly during the day. I'm getting all of the 90 essential nutrients my body needs on a daily basis from these shakes. I feel good. I look good. I don't want to stop. I recommend it to friends, family, colleagues, and even my 2-year-old grandson loves this stuff.
So these are just a few of the stories out of the hundreds of thousands of lives that Isagenix is impacting. Now we also have our IsaBody Challenge, which gives you the support you need for your targeted transformation goal.
I went from 34% body fat down to 15, and so I have not been that lean, and I haven't ever been that lean.
I was 330 plus pounds. Once introduced to Isagenix, I was a fan of it, immediately releasing 126 pounds total. I'm entering my first bodybuilding comp, and I'm really going to push my body to the limit.
When you start looking and feeling differently, people start to notice, which makes the business of Isagenix totally come naturally. So I just want everybody to imagine the word wealth and what it really means to you. Just shout out, what does wealth mean to you?
Freedom.
Freedom. Security.
Vacation.
Vacation, money, absolutely. Financial expert Robert Kiyosaki, he defines wealth as the number of days that you can survive without physically working and still maintain your standard of living. So if you have $12,000 in the bank and your expenses are $4,000 per month and your paychecks were cut today, you basically have 3 months or 90 days of wealth. So just kind of begin thinking, if your paychecks were cut today, how much wealth do you have? Is it 3 months? Is it 3 years? Is it 3 hours? Some of you may be thinking. So it's vital to create a secondary source of income so that if your paychecks were cut today, the residual income that you've built would meet or exceed your monthly expenses. So there's lots of ways to get paid in Isagenix. But right now I'm just going to show you how to get your products paid for. We have a simple system in Isagenix to build your business. It's called U plus 2, them plus 2. So when you introduce 2 people to Isagenix and start them on one of our amazing health systems, and then teach those 2 people how to find 2 people and start our amazing health systems, you can earn from $600 to $820 in your very first week. Is that awesome? Yeah. Absolutely.
The Isagenix plan is very simple. It's you plus 2 and them plus 2. Most people know 2 people who want the results that the products are going to give them, or who want to make a little bit of extra income, or who want to hit a financial home run.
People just started asking us, what are you doing? Your skin looks good, you look better. We can tell you're doing something, what is it? And it just kind of exploded from there.
I see Isagenix as a company that's going to change the way the world eats. We get paid for people eating real food. Where else can you go and have fun doing what you do, spend all the time you want with your best friend, and go help people get healthy?
Hey, David.
Your host can go more into how to get your products paid for using U plus 2, them plus 2. But right now, I want to introduce you to 2 people that I'm extremely close to, who are my parents, Jim and Kathy Coover, the co-founders of Isagenix.
Like many of you, I came from very humble beginnings. But I was fortunate to get into this industry 35 years ago and enjoy immediate success. I love the fact that this is an industry that measures your success based on helping others to be successful.
When I married Jim, I was a dental hygienist.
Stan, if you could reach out to David, if you'd reach out to Rod and ask him to come back in. I'm sorry I had to remove him, but I just got a message in from Michael Wiedder, and he's with Herb Cepeda out in Los Angeles, California right now. So I just wanted to open up the mic to Michael. Michael, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome, Chuck. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear. Your camera's not on, but we can hear you.
Let me see what I can do with the camera. Hold on a second. So I'm actually on a cell phone. So I'm here with Herb Cepeda. Herb actually flew in to do a meeting in Buena Park, California.
Right.
So I came out to be able to meet with him, and Kwang Su's here, and we got a good group that we're going to get started here in a few minutes. But I wanted to take some time and say hello to everybody, and also I'm going to pass the phone on to Herb. So,
hello, Chuck. How are you?
Herb, I'm outstanding, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. I'm fired up. I'm excited. First time out. Chuck, you're not going to believe this. 10 years in Isagenix. This is the very first time I've been in California doing an overview.
That's
so it just goes to show you that you don't have to travel all around the world to become a success in network marketing. You could do it from your home or your hometown. That's all it takes.
Amen. Well, hey, I know you got a big meeting there tonight, so thank you for joining us, and we'll be praying for you that it goes well out there in California. I know they need it.
Thanks. Appreciate it. They do need it. Absolutely.
Well, we got some of our top leaders on this Zoom call tonight. We got a brand new guy, Terrence Whedon. He'll be joining tomorrow morning. My daughter just signed up her Zumba instructor, so we're paving the ground here and getting ready for you to come here June 20th. We're really excited about that.
I'm really excited about it. You know, I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be my first time in St. Louis, Missouri as well. But no, I'm really looking forward to it. I hope your people really start to understand, you know, why we're taking this initiative and, you know, going to places like this, because we're at a critical time right now, and critical time sometimes requires some, you know, massive actions. And so right now, if I was anybody listening to this phone, especially in the next 48 hours, actually 36 hours, take advantage of the promotion that the company has with the free enrollments. I mean, until Saturday, they're waiving the enrollment fee. So if you have any fence sitters, anybody who's been, you know, kind of on the edge, anybody you've been reluctant to speak to, talk to them now, because anytime some people can save money, you know, that's when they'll pull the trigger. And so, you know, really go all out and tell people, look, if you're ever going to do this now. They're waiving the enrollments, and you can come in and save a little bit of money, get on the program, join me in this campaign, lose some body fat, gain some lean tissue, and maybe share it with some people, and hopefully we can make some money together. It's a win-win situation.
That's excellent. Well, Herb, I'm super excited about you coming here to St. Louis in less than 3 weeks, and we are gearing up. Our leaders have been meeting, and we will pack that room just like promised. So I know you'll bring your A game. And you can tell LA, they've had trouble getting past us in baseball to the World Series recently, and we're more than welcome to compete with them here too. St. Louis versus LA, any kind of competition Michael and those guys want to put up, we're willing to compete.
Yeah, just have more people in the room than they have here in LA, and you know that'll be a, you know, determining factor of which market is doing well.
Well, people in the room will be one thing, but we're talking about long-term growth, brother. We want this to be the hub for your city. We want you to always want to come back.
Well, listen, I appreciate you, Chuck, and all your people. Look forward to meeting them all. I'm going to hand the phone back over to Michael.
Have a great meeting.
All right, Chuck. So we're about to go into a meeting. Have a great rest of the Zoom call. It's good to talk to you again, and you're doing a great job out there. Really appreciate your leadership.
Hey, Michael, thank you so much for this impromptu. We really appreciate it.
You're very.
Hey, Rod, sorry I had to do that, buddy. I couldn't get your attention to let you know I was trying to let them speak for a minute, so sorry about that, but thank you for jumping back on. So let's shift gears. What we're going to do is I'm going to turn the call over to Stan, and Stan's going to give us a brief product overview. I'm going to kind of fly through some slides, but he's just going to kind of address some different things that he likes to address on the product. But we got several new people on tonight, and some people who've been around for a while but are really just now getting started. So, Rod, thank you again for doing that video. We'll do that again on our next presentation. I really like the way that flows. But when you got a chance to talk to the #1 income earner, you take that opportunity and chance you get. So thank you so much, guys. I think what happened was I invited Patty Cepeda to join us. I think she must have texted her and said, hey, jump on this call. So I don't know how that happened, but it was pretty cool. So thank you to Michael Wiedder for making that happen.
Their mic is still open. We're getting some feedback from that. So you might want to mute them out.
There we go. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. All right, so I'm going to turn the call over to Stan. Let me start sharing the screen again so people can see this picture here. And Stan, Yago, tell us a little bit about yourself first, and then take it away. Let's talk about these products.
Well, I appreciate that, Chuck. Chuck, just to give you a little background on anybody that's listening, is I've been in the professional training business for 20 plus years, working with professional athletes, amateur athletes, and just people like you and I on the call tonight. There's a real challenge in the world to understanding what the truth is. There's a lot of facts that float around. There's a lot of information that floats around in the world today, but there's a difference between facts and truth. And what I share with people is the truth. And the reason that I'm landing here with Isagenix is because they're sharing the truth with people. And it's very evident in the results, the amount of sales that the company has, the leadership that the company is attracting. You will see that when I share some of this information with you tonight, you'll see why it all makes sense and why the body's doing what the body's doing for a particular reason. You know, we were all born and programmed to experience perfect health with, you know, your genetic blueprint, your spiritual blueprint, everything you were born with, your biology, your chemistry, your energy, everything inherited is designed to create perfect health in all of us, Chuck. And, you know, a lot of people ask me, well, then if that's the case and what you're saying is the truth, why are not people in a great state of health? Well, a lot of it is because our systems have been poisoned, or let's just be a little more kind. Our systems have not gotten the right information to allow our body to be in that perfect health mode. So what we have to do is we have to learn how to bring the product to our system so that our body can become perfect again. And, you know, our body wasn't trained to be in pain, no aches, no pains, no illnesses. We were designed to be perfectly healthy. So, you know, we can get into the product, Chuck, and I'd love to go through some of that with you. You know, but the biggest thing that we have to understand is that the product is a vehicle to help us line up to cause us to be back into that perfect health mode. So, you know, with the company and what it brings to the table, I tell people and I share with people all the time, Chuck, that weight loss is the staple for everybody getting started on any type of program. And I've been working and preaching that for 20 plus years. If you don't lose the junk that your body's been storing, how can you expect it to be ready to receive the good stuff that you want to give it? The body can't recognize that. So our first program that we work with, we have weight loss, we have energy solutions, we have healthy aging solutions, and performance solutions programs. All of those are very essential, and I call this one of the best management systems in better health than I've ever seen on the table before. The Isagenix shake is, in the Isagenix program, the weight loss program, Chuck, is set up, it's clinically tested and to aid in weight loss and supporting lean muscle growth. Now, those are kind of an oxymoron type statement right there, because you're losing weight and promoting lean muscle growth. Those are the two hardest things to ever achieve when people are in the bodybuilding world or in the sports world. So for this to be able to do that, that's good also. The product does work in that area, but it will create, with the right ingredients in that shake, we have 24 grams of protein, we have the proper carbohydrates, the good fats, the undenatured whey, 23 vitamins and minerals. And you heard the doctor in that tape earlier. He said that I'm getting everything, the essentials that I need to feel good and to be healthy. With the weight loss, we also have, and it's really important for people to understand that you don't have to just rely on the Isagenix program, the original. You can also rely on the Isagenix shake, which is dairy-free. Again, it has the same carbohydrates, the same fibers, good fats, but the actual grams of protein are plant-based proteins. Now, a lot of people like that, especially vegetarians and vegan people that are looking for those type of things in their meal plan. This is very suitable for them. Now, one of the greatest products that Isagenix actually has is the Cleanse for Life. The reason for that is because of what it's doing to detoxify the system. Earlier, I said that we were all programmed to experience perfect health. Well, if you don't get rid of those free radicals and you don't get rid of those toxins and impurities out of your system, how are you going to get the cells in your body ready to receive the right information? This is one of those vehicles that will help you do that. Not only will it flush the excess body weight, but it also does help with energy and other things as well. And you'll see as you use that product. The Onyx Supreme is one of the staples, again, for this company in this program, because it has certain things. Now, the body has to have, Chuck, 5 essential things on a daily basis and as many times throughout the day that you can actually give it. The American Medical Association tells all of us that we need to have 6 to 9 servings of fruits and vegetables in our diet every day. The problem to be healthy or optimum health, not just be healthy, but to live an optimum health and lifestyle. The problem is that most people don't understand what one serving is. It's an apple, an orange, a banana, or a peach, or a pear. You have a handful of nuts. You have a bowl of 1 cup of leafy lettuce, also a cup of vegetables, which would be green vegetables, and a handful of berries. Now, in order for you to get that just once, it takes a lot. But they're saying that we need that 6 to 9 times. Well, let me tell you a great substitute. Ionic Supreme is a great substitute for all of those things. Because we get digestive enzymes, we're getting probiotics, we're getting minerals and vitamins and antioxidants from this. It helps with mental and physical performance. It also helps with the stress that our body goes under. And here's the challenge. If your body's under stress and it's oxidating, there's a challenge that the body is also creating a product called cortisol. If anybody's ever heard of cortisol, that goes into the places in our mid-abdomen area or upper thigh area, and that is a very stubborn weight. So you got to keep the stress level down, not just stress on the job, not just stress, but free radicating stress that comes against the cell, Chuck. Those are things that this Onyx Supreme can help with. And that, again, I believe, is one of the 3 staples in this program.
It is. There's also several products on this slide that you really like a lot. The Ice of the Light is one of my favorites. It's almost a must, I believe, on the cleanse day. I know I've heard you talk quite a bit about the Amped Hydrate. The coffee is one of my favorites, the E-Shot. Any of those other products you want to address real quick?
Well, definitely with summer coming, people have to stay hydrated. And I know that a lot of people have, over the years, have said that you need 1/2 ounce of water per body pound. So if you weigh 100 pounds, you need 50 ounces of water a day. Well, let me just tell you something. If your body is under too much stress and it's attracting too much free radicals, you're smoking, or you're in an environment where there's different kind of carbon dioxides or insecticides, pesticides, if you're in that type of environment, your body's under much more stress. So I think that, and I will tell you that the Amped products in this Isagenix system are phenomenal. And one of them is the Hydrate. The other one is the Energy. And what you see on the screen is called the E+. And there's also the other product that is really good in the performance side of things. We're talking about energy, but it also helps with your performance, is the NOx, Amped NOx. So that helps the nitrous oxide back into the system. The energy, and this is important for people to understand, they're on the call. No artificial colors, no artificial flavorings, and no artificial sweeteners have been into our products. They have a very rigorous system of checking the products that come into our availability. The adaptogens and the plant-based caffeine without the jitters. I had earlier today, and this is, if you look at the screen, that might be able to see my screen here, but when you see the white top around the top here, that means it's been opened and consumed. And I took this one earlier today. That was about 6 hours ago, and I'm still running on that same energy at a little after, 9 o'clock here. So those would be the products that are really good. Now, the Isa Pro shakes, these would be more for, there's 2 other shakes that we haven't mentioned. There's the Isoline Pro, which is this particular shake on the screen. And then there's the one that's for right after you train. So that only has 18 grams of carbohydrates, of protein, and a higher blend of carbohydrates. when you train and you're looking for your post-workout drink, make sure you're not buying that particular product for your weight loss program or for your meal replacement program, because you'll be a little dissatisfied. It will cause your energy level to drop just a little. It's designed for right after you train to help the glycogen sugars rebuild in the muscle and for the body to recover quickly. This Isolean Pro Shake is for the performance side, but is the meal replacement for bodybuilders or people that train. And I call a bodybuilder, Chuck, anybody that goes through the gym doors, okay, transforming. One of the things that I think is really important also is the Isagenix product really does work. You know, I can sit here all day and tell you why it's working, but when you start taking it, and on the call, it was just what a blessing the call was in the UK today, to hear them go from not having the product to just a couple weeks with the product, and all the stories that we heard of what it was happening in the human body. And again, that's because they're giving the body what the body needs to line up, and they're getting results quickly. Isagenix versus the healthy diet. This slide, I think, is really important for people to understand. The healthy heart diet is a meal plan or a diet that actually works with a number of protein, carbs, and fat, and it's been set up so that it's between 12 and 1,500 calories. Now, just so you understand, anybody's going to lose weight when they start putting themselves in less calories versus what they burn. And that gets a little complicated to understand sometimes for people, but this slide is remarkable in the numbers that it's showing. It's taking a healthy heart diet, or heart healthy diet, excuse me, versus Isagenix. And the people that did the study at the University of Chicago showed that Isagenix, even based on a healthy heart diet, got 56% more weight loss with Isagenix, 47% more fat loss, which is incredible, and twice as much visceral fat loss as well. Earlier, I said that, you know, we go through a very rigorous process. Our company, Isagenix, does. It's solutions backed by science. Isagenix employs more than 50 full-time scientists and technical staff with more than 200 years of experience. You're talking about people that are trained as nutritionists and dietitians, food scientists, biochemists, chemists, organic chemists, biologists, and toxicologists. So what we're really looking for is the product that's coming in and that they're choosing, is it actually going to work in the human body? If you're not familiar with nanonutrition, this group of people is. And what they're trying to do is, if you can't get the reason Isagenix works, bottom line, is because what we're bringing into the human body is getting to the cell level, and it's reestablishing what was wrong, fixing it, making it right. Then the body can then do what it's supposed to do and heal itself. One of the greatest things I like about this company too is that they have a constant coaching, constant competition process called the IsaBody Mission or IsaBody Challenge. The thing that's nice about this program, for everybody that signs up into this program, Chuck, even just for signing up and fulfilling it and writing their what is it called, a thesis, I think that they're, you know, or their testimony, they get a certificate for $200 towards product, just for, you know, enrolling into the program. But there are some really good programs for winning. There's, I don't remember the actual dollar.
I think it's like $25,000 here in the United States.
Yeah, so
like $10,000 for a runner-up.
So just in case anybody's not familiar with those type of body challenges, that is a very competitive winning fee for those that really want to take it super serious. Isagenix promises that science, it's no compromise. Science, safe, pure, and effective products. That we can guarantee. This is one of my favorite sites with and locations to get information is isagenixhealth.net. You can get more information about the products, the science behind the Isagenix. Don't just take my word for it. Don't just take Chuck's word for it or other people. Go look this information up so that you can see it and it's in writing, because when you see it, it's just like, it reminds me of a story, Chuck, when one time I was in the church and the pastor challenged all of us. He said, don't just take my word for it. I just read it from the Bible, but go look it up yourself. So when you see it, you feel it and you believe it. So this would be the same thing that I would challenge people with that are on the call, and anybody that you bring into this program. Don't just take my word for it. Go do your homework. Go look. Check it out. The product works, and this is why it's working.
Hey, Stan, before we shift off the product real quick, I two of my different friends today. One has had some issues with his heart. Another has been diagnosed with diabetes, and he's wanting to avoid the insulin. Could you address those two particular issues and how the Isagenix products might help align the body to help the person in each of those situations?
Yeah, I sure can. Let's start with the heart, because the heart, I believe, is the place that all of us should start when we do any type of training program or a meal plan change or anything. We should make sure that that is the most important muscle in the body. So if he's having heart issues or high blood pressure issues, a lot of it has to do, it could be hereditary. And again, it's going to come back to giving the body what it needs to perform. A lot of stress on the heart comes from being overweight. It could be different types of stress that the body has. It could be cholesterol. Now, I've argued with a friend of mine, and not argued, but we've had discussions. He's a surgeon out in California. And for 20 plus years, he and I have had discussion about, what really causes heart disease, Chuck. And he would always say, well, it's cholesterol and it's plaque. Well, I always said that it was sugar. And because when you take sugar, and sometimes it gets into the body and it gets into a granular form still into the bloodstream, it's like sandpaper on the inside of the membrane of the blood vessel. What happens then is it roughens the surface. And when the surface is rough, what is going to stick to it? Well, the things that go through the bloodstream. Cholesterol and plaque. Well, about a year and a half ago, 2 years ago, he wrote me an article and he said, man, I hate to say this, but you were right. I still have the letter in my file cabinet. He said, you were right. Sugar really became the cause after we did our more studies and more research. Sugar really was the root cause to heart disease. So when you start taking a low glycemic product like Isagenix, and you can start bringing the sugar levels down in your diet, and you can start, not only will that protect the blood vessels, but what that will do is it'll help get rid of that excess fat that the body is being pushed and stressed under. If your body is under too much stress, if anybody's ever had let's just say a sprained ankle, and the first thing that they notice when they get a sprained ankle is it swells up, right? And what it's doing is it's packing that ankle full of fluid, because the body knows that if it's hurt or broken, it's got to protect it right away. And that's the job of the body. That's what we were programmed for, is for perfect health. So it's going to impact that ankle full of fluid so that it can help lessen, or hopefully lessen, any more damage. Well, that's the same thing that happens to the heart. When you start carrying too much fluid, you're maybe eating too much salt, maybe too much sugar, maybe the wrong type of carbohydrates. You get into a plan like this, it'll start taking that sac that's around the heart that's filled with fluid, that'll start bringing that pressure down. As you bring the pressure down, as the heart can because it's a muscle, you relieve the pressure, the heart works more efficient. You may even get to the point, and I pray for myself, I was bit by 13 brown recluse spiders in 2006. And the doctor put me on high blood pressure medicine because the stress that my heart was under. Well, I still, since 2006, have been working on getting completely off of the blood pressure medicine. It's not something you do for yourself. Let me say that again. Do not take these steps for yourself. Consult with a physician and make sure that the physician pulls you or weans you off of that process. But if you take my advice and you lessen the sugar, you lessen the salt, you stay on this meal plan program, which is designed for optimum performance in the body, you will lessen the risk of heart issues. Now, The reason I started with the heart, because diabetes works the same way. If diabetes is because you're eating the wrong foods or haven't been eating the right foods for too long, then what happens, the body builds up that pressure and it builds up excess weight and the blood can't flow well and the pancreas doesn't perform as well as it should and other organs start having difficulty. You start putting the right things in, the same steps that we just talked about with the heart. If you start doing those same type of steps and following the Isagenix plan, the Isagenix has the ability. I'm not saying it's a cure for diabetes. I didn't say it was a cure for heart disease. I said that when you bring your body in a line by giving it the proper information, Chuck, it can eliminate these things. And because of what science has put into our product and what ingredients we use in our products, it will lessen the sugars. It will lessen the fatty foods that we eat, the trans fat that are so damaging to the body. It'll take out the insecticides and pesticides and all the sides that you heard Eric talk about in the video. But the most important thing is we don't have artificial flavorings. We don't have artificial colorings. We don't have things that are causing, and I can go through a list of these things, yellow dye, now the red dyes that they put in foods are causing cancer in the human body. Why do we have them in there? Because people like a particular color when they eat. They like the density, the texture of the foods has to be just right. There was a study done real quick, and I'm done here for you, Chuck, unless you have something else. But there was a study done, and it was done by a company that everybody knows. It's called Cracker Barrel. Cracker Barrel wanted to provide raw sugar, and in a raw sugar, if you're familiar with it, it's in a brown or sandy, dark sandy color. So they put it in the brown packets at their restaurants, and they asked if they could, the Food and Drug Administration, if they could get customers to use their product. This was in 1986. And if they would use their product, could we change from the granular white bleached sugar that is causing diseases in human body? Could we go to the regular granular sugar, which would be dissolved? It's maybe not as sweet, and it's not pure white. It's a sandy brown color. Could we move that and start making that maybe a process for everybody to follow? And they went through this whole study. What they found was less than 5% of all the people that visited Cracker Barrel in that time frame used that granular sugar. They were complaining because the sugar was ugly and it was brown in color and not as sweet. So they forced the restaurant to go back to white sugar. What people don't realize is that white sugar has been bleached with chlorine bleach, bleached again, and bleached again.
Well, great job, and you addressed those two issues that a couple of my friends had, so I appreciate that. And Isagenix, the Cepeda team, has a call every Tuesday morning where those issues are addressed, and you can ask any question you want on those calls, so those are available for you. So at this point in the presentation, we're wrapping up. Which is the right solution for you? Now, Isagenix, the Cepeda team, Stan, we all recommend everybody starts with a weight loss system. But we do have different types of product categories depending on the need of the client. So make sure you identify the pain point of the particular person you're talking to and address that particular pain point. Myself personally, I want all 5 of these. I wanted the weight loss, I got it, now I maintain. Definitely want the energy, I want to perform better. Healthy aging, are you kidding me? I'm 56 years old and I want to live strong until I'm 120 and I go to meet my maker. Wealth creation, there's a lot of good things I want to do with wealth, so I'm definitely in for the wealth creation. So I want all 5 of these. But each person, you decide what's best for them, and you create a solution for them that's already right there with Isagenix. Now, the number 1 pack that Herb Cepeda teaches is the ultimate pack. It's not on this slide, but it's a little bit of everything, and it's for the person who's a 10 on a scale of 1 to 10 as far as starting their business. Somebody that wants to try everything and they want to know all the products and what they do and have a little extra for giving away some to family and friends. The Ultimate Pack runs just over $1,000 plus shipping and handling, and it is the pack that has the best retention rate, and it gives the person getting started the best probability of success based on previous success of those who have come in at that Ultimate Pack. Patty Cepeda will tell the story. When they got started, there were $160,000 in credit card debt. She basically went ahead and bought one of everything. They didn't even have what was called the Ultimate Pack then. Bought one of everything and said, look, I got a 30-day money-back guarantee. This thing's either going to work or it's not. And if I have to, I'll return it all. But obviously, they made it work. They've done quite well with this business. The value pack is kind of the medium pack that has a $559 cost to the preferred customer. With that comes an $80 PIB. That's an $80 product introduction bonus. That product introduction bonus is what is paid to the person that brings in the person that buys the value pack. So the value pack gives you a lot more product for your money. It also comes with it waives the membership fee. Now, right now, for a few days, we got a special promotion going where the membership is waived, but the membership is always waived, the Ultimate and the value pack. So that's a great selling point. You also get some event coupons. There is some great value with the value pack and the Ultimate pack. The third one, the low end, which is a good option still, is a 30-day premium pack. That's $399, and it comes with some of the extras that you're going to want with the weight loss system, including the isobars, the isolites, things we recommend to people anyway. But buying as part of the system, you get the very best deal possible, including the blender and some shake bottles. And then the low level, the bare bones for mostly customers that just want to lose some weight to get started, is the Getting Started pack, and that's a 30-day weight loss solution. And you just have to make your own snacks. Instead of using the Isodelight and the isobars, you're using like a quarter of an apple, quarter of a pear, some of those different things. So all these options are great. You want to basically interview your potential client, find out what's best for them, and set them up with their account, help them order the first time, and then get them off to the races. What are the races? Well, the races are basically just teaching people how to use and share the product. I mentioned Herb and Patty Cepeda earlier. We were fortunate enough to have Herb Cepeda join us briefly with Michael Wiedder just before they went to do a live meeting in Los Angeles, California tonight. How exciting was that? I was also doing a little Facebook back and forth with Patty Cepeda. We'll get her on one of our calls soon. She's a phenomenal, godly lady, as is, not Herb's a godly man, but they're both being ordained this month, June. I know it's really special for them. I'm excited for them. But they are definitely walking in their calling, and that's really what this is about. To me, I found my home in business. I've known my home in ministry for some time. Isagenix allows me to do both things that God's called me to do. So we're really, really excited to be working with this couple. Herb Cepeda will be coming to St. Louis June 20th. And so if you're listening to this recording, if you know anybody within 5 hours drive of St. Louis, get them here June 20th. In fact, I think Farmer John up in Michigan is making a little longer trip than 5 hours. I know David Ratliff is coming up from Arkansas. We got people coming from Oklahoma. Pam Benjamin's coming down from Chicago. So people are coming in from all over. If you're in the St. Louis area, there's no excuse. You got to be here for Herb Cepeda. It's going to be awesome. We are going to pack the venue out. It's a beautiful venue in St. Charles. So come and join us for that. Last two slides, BeSetFreeLife.com. Highly recommend you get to BeSetFreeLife.com. As an associate of the team, and I'm talking about the Cepeda team, you have access to the top leaders. And so go to BeSetFreeLife.com, register as a free member, and get access to this incredible, and I do mean incredible couple, and the system they put in place. As I close the call out, I want to read this disclaimer one more time, just for clarification. Earnings levels for Isagenix independent associates that appear in this publication are examples and should not be construed as typical or average. Income level achievements are dependent upon the individual associate's business skills, personal ambition, time, commitment, activity, and demographic factors. For average earnings, see the Isagenix Independent Associate Earnings Statement found at isagenixearnings.com. Ladies and gentlemen, that concludes our presentation today. I think you had a great privilege to hear from Stan Yago. Rod, I want to thank you, Rod Doctor, for presenting the video there in the middle, and then to hear from Michael Wiedder and Herb Cepeda. What a great presentation tonight was. Get back with the person that invited you, and let's help you